Yo people, it's your girl Laughter. Welcome back to my mini home studio inside my bedroom. Today I'm going to be talking you through 3 major plugins that will make a massive difference to your mix, get them sounding professional and save you a lot of time. I'm going to be talking through the F6, the SSL channel, as well as the vocal rider. All these plugins are byways. Took me a very long time to discover them, but it's definitely my best discoveries, and I use these in every single mix. So I'm going to play you my vocal first without any effects for you just to get a feel of the difference they're going to make.
Me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes, I'm repping it hard. I'm that girl that goes NYC and I shut shit down, they're fraudulent cards. Big on the net, but in real life they're at home in the morning, I pull up and park. I don't need no strap, but I'm strapped.
Okay, so it's quite a clean recording, as I ensured I had my mic turned down because of the energy I knew I was going to give this track. The beat's quite thick, bassy, so I knew I was going to be like kind of raising my voice a bit more and giving it a bit more energy. So I made sure there wasn't distortion in my actual recording. That's just a good tip for you to be aware of. But I can still hear some muddiness and so forth that we're going to get through. Let's start off with the F6, and I've decided to start with that because not only is it an EQ, but it can also act as a compressor and a de-esser. Let me show you how. The F6 is really good because it gives a very accurate reading of how your vocals are sounding and an accurate edit to your vocals.
Me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes, I'm repping it hard. I'm that girl that goes NYC.
So as you can see, it's already detecting the vocal, the music and so forth here. The first thing I would do is go through each one of the numbers first and do some subtractive EQ first, kind of in their separate bands as opposed to all frequencies, which is why I've got it on the split setting. If I had it on the wide, all the frequencies will be going down. It just wouldn't sound like a great mix. So I'm just focusing on their particular areas and removing sounds and transient sounds that I don't want. And the good thing about the F6 as well is you can decide, and I've never had this option with previous EQs I've spoken about, on the threshold. So the amount of frequency you want to go through before it gets cut off. You can also increase the gain of the frequencies, so to however many dBs you want, or you can actually decrease it, so do some subtractive EQ and increase the range, so you're still getting that kind of brightness in your vocal while you're removing it. And that's really truly a gift, especially when you're going into your higher frequencies and you want to bring back some of that sibilance. For instance, you may want to turn up the gain and then turn down the range, for instance, so that you don't get that essy sound and, you know, just kind of really annoying to the ear. So this is a really nice thing about this EQ. It gives you various different options as well as how quick you want it to attack the vocals, and how quick you want it to release the vocals. You know, the quicker it attacks, the quicker your EQ is going to be happening. You don't want it to attack too soon because you're still trying to gain a natural, you know, a natural mix, so it doesn't sound too robotic to say. Let's get started.
Me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes, I'm repping it hard. I'm that girl that goes NYC and I shut shit down, they're fraudulent cards. Big on the net, but in real life they're at home in the morning, I pull up and park. I don't need no strap, but I'm strapped up. When I jump on the mic, I'm making it spark. Pull up on them in the dark, I've left on my heart, so I'm ready for the scars. You can never ever downplay my heart. I've burst so many, but they're taking the biscuited jars. I'm an Arab chick, I've seen a lot of Arab money, but I don't care, that's what fixing SARS. I'm rich in heart, to the rich in France.
Okay, I wouldn't necessarily be playing around with the threshold here at the start. I don't usually. It might be a good tip to go into it if you want. I don't really touch the threshold at that point. I do, however, begin looking in this your middle ranges, because this is where your vocals are most prominent, as well as the stereo, the actual beat itself. So when you're playing it out on speakers, these middle frequencies are what are going to shine the most. So although I'm going to do some subtractive EQ here, I'm also going to do something to the beat so that it allows my vocals to breathe at this point still without getting rid of my voice. And the way I'm going to do that is by choosing this exit side here so that it affects the vocals as it's going out, and it's separate to the beat. The beat will start becoming, I guess, it will attenuate, it will become a little bit weaker at that point so my vocal can stand out. So the first thing I'm going to do is select the exit there. I'm going to set a threshold on it by just listening out.
Me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes, I'm repping it hard. I'm that girl that goes NYC and I shut shit down, they're fraudulent cards. Big on the net, but in real life they're at home in the morning, I pull up and park. I don't need no strap, but I'm strapped up. When I jump on the mic, I'm making it spark. Pull up on them in the dark, I've left on my heart, so I'm ready for the scars. You can never ever downplay my heart. I've burst so many, but they're taking the biscuited jars. I'm an Arab chick, I've seen a lot of Arab money, but I don't care, that's not fixing SARS. I'm a rich in heart to the rich in France. I can't leave shit to chance. Pretty much what I wear, scratching my hair, that's completely down to my view.
Okay, so you can see I set a particular threshold, so the sound basically that I've assigned everything else to, the frequency levels I've assigned it to, will not go past, where as soon as it meets the threshold, it won't go past it. I reduced the gain, so I did some subtractive EQ, but like I said, this is the prominent part of our vocals, and the amazing thing about this plugin is you can still increase the range so that, like I said, it still sounds bright and it doesn't fully disappear. And you saw that when this white line comes out of nowhere. Have a look.
Me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes, I'm repping it hard. I'm that girl that goes NYC and I shut shit down, they're fraudulent cards.
So it still gives it a sense of brightness and it gets rid of kind of transient sounds. I'm not sure how it does it, but it definitely does. That's the really good thing here. Again, I'm just going to go through, see if with the number 5, I still do subtractive EQ as well.
Me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes, I'm repping it hard. I'm that girl that goes NYC and I shut shit down, they're fraudulent cards. Big on the net, but in real life they're at home in the morning, I pull up and park. I don't need no strap, but I'm strapped up. When I jump on the mic, I'm making it spark. Pull up on them in the dark, I've left on my heart, so I'm ready for the scars. You can never ever downplay my heart. I've burst so many, but they're taking the biscuited jars. I'm an Arab chick, I've seen a lot of Arab money, but I don't care, that's not fixing SARS. I'm a rich in heart to the rich in France. I can't leave shit to chance. Pretty much what I wear, scratching my hair, that's completely down to my view. And my bum shake brownie down to the...
Okay, so again, I've just played around differently with the range as well. Still wanted to keep it bright. And for the final thing, this is your high frequency. I prefer higher frequencies in my tone coming out than the lower end frequencies on certain tracks. And in general, to give your vocals sibilance, you need to turn up your higher frequency sounds here by just a few dB, not too much. Play it.
Me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes, I'm repping it hard. I'm that girl that goes NYC and I shut shit down, they're fraudulent cards. Big on the net, but in real life they're at home in the morning, I pull up and park. I don't need no strap, but I'm strapped up. When I jump on the mic, I'm making it spark. Pull up on them in the dark, I've left on my heart, so I'm ready for the scars.
Okay, and now that's good. Even though I've turned everything up, it sounds brighter. I can start to hear my S's. So I'm going to play around with the threshold and the range. So whereas here I've been turning up the ranges, I'm going to turn down the range so that it takes away unwanted SE sounds. So it's like a de-esser. That's the point that I was talking about.
Me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes, I'm repping it hard. I'm that girl that goes NYC and I shut shit down, they're fraudulent cards. Big on the net, but in real life they're at home in the morning, I pull up and park.
And I'm setting my threshold to a point where it kind of, I'm giving a limit to my vocal of where it sounds good to the ear. You don't want it to sound shouty or inconsistent, because when you're recording, certain parts of your vocals go a little bit louder because you may be emphasizing certain words, but that doesn't mean you necessarily want that in the mix. You want to keep your levels sounding consistent so it's not annoying to the ear. So I found a level where it's cut off my vocals without cutting it off too much, but it's definitely cut off the points where that are just randomly jumping out at random times. Again, you don't want that. And now I'm about to go and turn down the range.
Me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes, I'm repping it hard. I'm that girl that goes NYC and I shut shit down, they're fraudulent cards. Big on the net, but in real life they're at home in the morning, I pull up and park. I don't need no strap, but I'm strapped up. When I jump on the mic, I'm making it spark. Pull up on them in the dark, I've left on my heart.
white line here dropping, okay, during times of frequencies we don't like the S's, which is very interesting. It's keeping the brightness. Although it sounds like my vocals have disappeared, they really haven't. At the start of your mix, you're doing as much as you can with subtractive EQ and compression before you bump everything up, because you want to get rid of everything you don't like right at the beginning. So saying that, to brighten up my vocals and bring it back to life, I'm going to use a preset by Waves called the SSL. This is really good, and I've just been practicing with it recently and getting used to it. The good thing about this is you've got an EQ and a compression in one area, as well as a filter, actually, if you want to filter out your vocals. First thing you want to do is just set your threshold as high as possible.
Me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes, I'm repping it hard. I'm that girl that goes NYC and I shut shit down, they're fraudulent cards. Big on the net, but in real life they're at home in the morning.
Okay, and then you're going to go into kind of your EQ, okay, and you would select this split option after you've done it, so that your vocals are EQ'd before you compress them, because you want to EQ your vocals before you compress your vocals. Naturally, it's just a good thing to do. It's better for your vocals.
Me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes, I'm repping it hard. I'm that girl that goes NYC and I shut shit down, they're fraudulent cards. Big on the net, but in real life they're at home in the morning. I pull up and park. I don't need no strap, but I'm strapped up. When I jump on the mic, I'm making it spark. Pull up on them in the dark. I've left on my heart, so I'm ready for the scars. You can never ever downplay my heart. I burst so many, but they're taking the biscuited jars. I'm an Arab chick, I've seen a lot of Arab money, but I don't care, that's not fixing SARS. I'm rich in heart to the rich in France. I can't leave shit to chance. Pretty much what I wear, scratching my hair, that's completely down to my mood. And my bum shake round, ain't down to the spots. I was born in Canada, I was getting fed hard food. If you talk to me nice, with me, you will know.
Okay, so the higher you turn it, the more of your lower end you're getting rid of. So you, as a female, or even with my vocal, I don't want too much of my lower end to go, otherwise it will sound too tinny, too thin. So I listened out, because when I was further up in your 200, 300 area, certain words were getting lost. The tails of the end of words were getting lost. So this was where it felt like it sat the best. And then what I'm going to do now is go for the compression, the ratio.
Me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes, I'm repping it hard. I'm that girl that goes NYC and I shut shit down, they're fraudulent.
And what I'm doing now is getting my compression to around 6 dB. Okay, this is how much. On the right side here is your compression. This side here, I'll talk to you in a moment, it's about your gain. Okay, but I'm going to talk to you about your compression right now.
Me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes, I'm repping it hard. I'm that girl that goes NYC and I shut shit down, they're fraudulent cards. Big on the net, but in real life they're at home. And
okay, so we've got it to around 6 dB and it sounds great. Like I said, it will keep your vocals sounding natural, as well as just getting, capturing your vocals, cleaning them up. Now, in terms of everything else, if you select bell, then what you're doing to this EQ is focusing on particular bands, as opposed to reducing or adding or boosting the whole frequency of your vocal. You're focusing on particular bands, whether it's your higher shelves or your lower shelves. Okay, your lower end is at the bottom here, and your higher ends are here in red, and then you've got your high middle frequencies over here and your low middle frequencies here. It's quite self-explanatory. So you would want to select bell, because again, started a mix and we're focusing on particular areas. We really want to nail it, and get it sounding perfect. Let's start with the lower end.
me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes,
and the way it's engaging, it's green, so you select the bell.
Me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes, I'm repping it hard. I'm that girl that goes NYC and I shut shit down, they're fraudulent cards. Big on the net, but in real life they're at home in the morning. I pull up and park. I don't need no strap, but I'm strapped up. When I jump on the mic, I'm making it spark. Pull up on them in the dark. I've left on my heart, so I'm ready for the scars. You can never ever downplay my...
Okay, that's sounding about right for me. I'm going to continue on to show you.
Me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes, I'm repping it hard. I'm that girl that goes NYC and I shut shit down, no fraudulent cards. Big on the net, but in real life, they're at home in the morning, I pull up and park. I don't need no strap, but I'm strapped up. When I jump on the mic, I'm making it spark. Pull up on them in the dark, I bled from my heart, so I'm ready for the scars. You can never ever downplay my heart. I've burst so many, but they're taking the biscuited jars. I'm an Arab chick, I've seen a lot of Arab money, but I don't care, that's not fixing SARS. I'm rich in hearts with the bricks in France.
Okay, and then we're going to go into the higher frequency sound, and I've placed it on bell because I want to focus on that particular area.
Me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes, I'm repping it hard. I'm that girl that goes NYC and I shut shit down, no fraudulent cards. Big on the net, but in real life, they're at home in the morning, I pull up and park. I don't need no strap, but I'm strapped up. When I jump on the mic, I'm making it spark. Pull up on them in the dark, I bled from my heart, so I'm ready for the scars. You can never ever downplay my heart. I've burst so many, but they're taking the biscuited jars. I'm an Arab chick, I've seen a lot of Arab money, but I don't care, that's not fixing SARS. I'm rich in hearts with the bricks in France. I can't leave shit to chance. Pretty much what I wear is matching my hair, that's completely down to my mood. And my bum shake brown, ain't down to the squats. I was born in Canada.
Okay, so I would leave that there. I've just added on a little bit, literally like 2 dB of the higher frequency. I didn't want to add more than that because, again, I'm going to be boosting my vocals throughout the mix, and you don't want your vocals to start off really loud. It will be very horrible to the ears. And literally here you can do some you can literally expand your vocals, make them sound bigger. With the expansion, you could do subtractive expansion, so kind of lower dBs, you're expanding the vocal. It can act as a gate basically if you select it here as well. And you've got the release, of course, how quick you want your vocals to be released, or how soon you want your vocals to be released. The higher you have it, the longer the EQ, the compression, is holding on to your vocal, where the lower you have it, the quicker it's releasing it. It's always hard to explain this. Again, same, you could do this with the expansion. And then finally, you've got this channel out. If you click that, all that means is your EQing is going to happen before your compression on its way out, which is really, really good. It just separates it.
Me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes, I'm repping it hard. I'm that girl that goes NYC and I shut shit down, no fraudulent cards. Big on the net, but in real life, they're at home in the morning, I pull up and park. I don't need no strap, but I'm strapped up. When I jump on the mic, I'm making it spark. Pull up on them in the dark, I bled from my heart, so I'm ready for the scars. You can never ever downplay my heart. I've burst so many, but they're taking the biscuited jars. I'm an Arab chick, I've seen a lot of Arab money, but I don't care, that's not fixing SARS. I'm rich in hearts with the bricks in France.
Okay, I just went back to my threshold because after doing everything, some frequencies were jumping out to me again and sounding not balanced and just kind of popping out of nowhere. So I've just reduced the threshold so it captures my vocals at a certain limit and doesn't go beyond that. And then something really good that's like excellent and accurate at doing that is a form of compression, and it's the vocal rider. This vocal rider is really good because it can control the ranges that you want your voice to be, as well as the levels of it and how much of your voice you want to be heard. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that now. So as soon as I put this on.
Me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes, I'm repping it hard. I'm that girl that goes NYC and I shut shit down, no fraudulent cards. Big on the net, but in real life, they're at home in the morning, I pull up and park. I don't need no strap, but I'm strapped up. When I jump on the mic, I'm making it spark. Pull up on them in the dark, I bled from my heart, so I'm...
Now, although it sounds like it's turned up my vocals because of the range, it actually sounds better than the SSL channel by itself, because it's controlling my vocals at a certain range, right? So it doesn't sound like my vocals are all over the place. But this middle fader here detects the signal of the volume of your vocals in relation to what you set at the top here. So if you set it at a certain level, this fader here is going to control your vocals according to that fader, according to what you set at the top here. Right now, to me, it's sounding too loud. So what I'm going to do is get the vocal rider to detect my vocals earlier on and to capture it as well. You can select this option here, fast as well, so that it captures your vocals quick. But if you do that, it may make your vocals sound less natural. So let's play in between, and I'm going to turn the sensitivity level down.
Me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes, I'm repping it hard. I'm that girl that goes NYC and I shut shit down, they're fraudulent.
I'm going to play without it now for you to see. You can see already it's controlled my vocals, and even the fader here has started to reduce my vocals, attenuate my vocals.
Me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes, I'm repping it.
If you remember when it started, this fader was more shining above here. I've reduced my vocals. So let's play with and without. This is with.
Me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes, I'm repping it hard. I'm that girl that goes NYC and I shut shit down, they're fraudulent cars.
I'm going to select the fast option while it's on.
Me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes, I'm repping it hard. I'm that girl that goes NYC and I shut shit down.
So notice how my vocals almost disappeared. So that's why we'll keep it on slow again. Yeah, because it's just got rid of too much of my vocal as well, as it's engaging too quickly and too harshly, I'd say. And then I'm going to play it without the plugin for you to remind you what it sounded like.
Me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes, I'm repping it hard. I'm that girl that goes NYC and I shut shit down, they're fraudulent cars. Big on the net, but in real life they're at home in the morning, I pull up and park. I don't need no...
Okay, you can even hear the tails of my words. Actually, some of the words have disappeared, and this is actually when the vocal rider is meant to come in to bring back these tails that have disappeared in your mix. Okay, and also to keep your vocals sounding consistent, so it's not annoying to the ear. So it's, you know, you can go and play that to your friends and they can vibe, and it's just one straight vocal as opposed to the signals going all crazy, right? So let's turn it on to remind you now.
Me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes, I'm repping it hard. I'm that girl that goes NYC and I shut shit down, they're fraudulent cars. Big on the net, but in real life they're at home in the morning, I pull up and park. I don't need no strap, but I'm strapped up. When I jump on the mic, I'm making it spark. Pull up on them in the dark, I bled from my heart, so I'm ready for the spars. You can never ever downplay my heart. I burst so many, but they're taking the biscuited jars. I'm an Arab chick, I've seen a lot of Arab money, but I don't care, that's not fit.
So instantly you can see as soon as I turn it off, my vocals just went straight back up, which is not something that you want in your mix. This is a really good compressor. It's an excellent controller of your vocals. Also, you can play around with the ranges here, so you can move these up and down, okay, to select where you want your vocals to lie. But I wouldn't play around too much with this. This is more like the you know, like a default setting is actually correct for your vocals in terms of the ranges that it's put in. It's quite accurate of where your vocals should sit. What you need to do is kind of play around with the sensitivity, select if you want it to hit fast, attack fast or slow, and yeah, just listen out for it. My optimal level for me is I'm more beneath 0 as opposed to above 0 because it's early on in my mix. Yeah, so let's play it again.
Me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes, I'm repping it hard. I'm that girl that goes NYC and I shut shit down, they're fraudulent cars. Big on the net, but in real life they're at home in the morning, I pull up and park. I don't need no strap, but I'm strapped up. When I jump on the mic, I'm making it spark. Pull up on them in the dark, I bled from my heart, so I'm ready for the spars.
Okay, so that's with the plugins. I'm going to play it now without the plugins to show you the difference.
Me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes, I'm repping it hard. I'm that girl that goes NYC and I shut shit down, they're fraudulent cars. Big on the net, but in real life they're at home in the morning, I pull up and park. I don't need no strap, but I'm strapped up. When I jump on the mic, I'm making it spark. Pull up on them in the dark, I bled from my heart, so I'm ready for the spars. You can never ever downplay my heart. I burst so many, but they're taking the biscuited jars.
Okay, they sound a lot cleaner already, and I've only used 3 plugins on my vocal. Just goes to show anything you put your mind to with the right plugins, you can literally fix your vocals with minimal plugins as well. Really and truly, that sounds amazing. It sounds super clean. Today we've spoken about the F6, we've spoken about the SSL channel, it's a preset, and we've spoken about the vocal rider. The F6 is the EQ, which can help you even DS, it can compress, and the SSL preset allows you to EQ, compress, allows you to select the EQ coming first and then the compression coming later, which is perfect order to do things in. And the vocal rider comes into place to save your vocal, those tails that have gone missing. It really does bring back these frequencies, but also controls them. The importance of this vocal rider is, I can't even stress it. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you about the SSL channel. You can choose analog. I kept it on analog. No. We should have had it off analog, because it's just going to sound a bit too loud at the start, and you don't want that in your vocals. So without it, it's going to sound like this.
Me or not, I've been here from day, making the tunes, I'm repping it hard. I'm that girl that goes NYC and I shut shit down, they're fraudulent cars. Big on the net, but in real life, they're at home in the morning, I pull up and park. I don't need no strap, but I'm strapped up. When I jump on the mic, I'm making it spark.
Do you know what? I didn't mind it right now, the analog being on. It actually sounds quite nice to my vocals, but usually I keep the analog off at the start of my mixes, because I'm going to be adding in a lot more plugins, and it can actually cause problems in your mix, and it might even create a hiss. And this is something that I discovered in your vocal. If you have too many analog sounds, you want to kind of keep that till the end, or even add those in your bus channels. It's a lot better for your mix. Another tip that I've learned. So yeah, that's it really. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's helped you. If you have any questions, leave them below. I'll be doing a lot more of these, and as I'm learning, I'm literally just teaching. I'm loving it. My own space. Gonna get into producing too. So yeah, big up you. Stay safe. Lots of love. It's your girl Laughter. I'm out.